Hello, everybody. Let's do this again. Hello, everybody. I think this is take 2. Okay, we're gonna a little bit of update going on. First things first. Having trouble with the PlayStation 5. She has a tendency to overheat now. So I'm gonna have to see about maybe cleaning it and doing what I can with it. I can watch videos, YouTube and stuff like that, but the minute I try to do some kind of game and she'll overheat and shut down. So I'm switching over to working on my laptop, which I do have Coaster Planet 2 on there. So I'm working on a park. This is the one I'm working on here, but I'm doing it on the PC version. It's a little different, but right now I have the first build in place. It's a little information shop combined with the bathrooms for him and her, his and her bathroom right there. So someplace where they can use as soon as they come into the park, because they've been on the bus for a while. So I imagine to get here. So what I've done is I've got it captured on the PC, so I'm gonna put something together maybe this week, and I can still post through that to my YouTube channel. But what I'm doing here is I'm starting to think about putting in a parade. So the one on the PC, I got a larger main roadway, and then I'm using an idea I seen on my friend's park, because he always sends me updates, and I noticed he had kind of like a sidewalk, and right next to the sidewalk he had the actual road like you would see at, maybe without using any names, a major amusement park that has like a main street type look to it, where you'd have the street, and then you'd have the sidewalks, and then you'd have the buildings and stuff that be lining that. The reason I'm thinking that way is I can have a parade come down through that way, and it'd be the side areas where the guests could stand and actually watch the parade. I had to go and buy the edition for that, but I do have that. I also had to buy the Wizards pack, which I do have 2 wizards already in the first building, like I do here. If you notice closely, they're inside the building. They just get something like something's going on inside the building. They cast their green glow and stuff like that. So I duplicated that on the one on the PC. So I have that first building in. And I'm working towards afternoon tea. I'll be putting that in, but right now the main street is a little farther down, so it'll be kind of at the end of the block, and then I'll have go around it and create a couple more streets going off, maybe into different areas, like maybe a cowboy area, maybe aliens or something. We'll see what we can come up with. But right now I want to get to that point that I have here. That's why I'm putting this clip together. Ooh, we need some music. Hold on a second. There. Okay. I don't get to hear the playback, so I'm not sure if it's too loud. I'll have to go back in and I'll check it, and I'll readjust the volumes. But right now I'm creating a warehouse kind of area, and what these are is places where I've created things for inside the park that I can use in other places, like the lights and the signs and the different stuff. So, and now I'm creating a big warehouse so I can put the little ship in the back there, kind of giving the impression maybe this is where they put the floats together. Possibly this is warehouse 2, and some of the stuff I had to unattached, so that's why that one piece is still sitting there, along with the the column of blocks in the back there. Bricks, I should say. But basically what I'm doing this for is, like I said, I want to keep some of the stuff so I can use it later in the park. And that's why I'm putting them in these areas. So for instance, let's say I want to put in a lamp or something like that. I can go to that first warehouse where I have the ones I'm using in the park, so I can keep the same theme throughout the park. And that's kind of why I'm doing that. So now we're going to fill this in. There it is. And we put that back on the corner, just like that. So, like I said, I've been trying to go back in, but the last couple times I've gone in, the PlayStation 5 overheated and is shut down. And I don't really want to lose any of the stuff, so I'm going to, like I said, I'll use my laptop, and I've already started the new park, and I'm kind of mimicking this park here is what I'm doing. So I put in the main road. Like I was talking about my friend, I was looking at his park and I saw that. I said, I like that. So my park on the PC has a main road along with kind of like a sidewalk area, but the guests can use, just like in a regular amusement park or a themed park where you go in, you got the main street, you got the curbs, but people go down the whole thing until they, let's say, bring a parade through or something. Then everybody will clear, to the sides to be able to watch the parade at night. That's just, I remember that. We did that, that one park we went to, the family, and I had already seen a parade there once because we were like staying for the weekend. So while the parade was going on, I made a quick dash to a lot of the rides that there was long lines for normally, and I was able to get through a lot of the rides while everybody was watching the parade. It's like, yeah, okay. Sometimes, figure that kind of stuff out in these parks, but that worked out good. I was able to get a lot of time in and not have to wait in a lot of lines, and it was pretty cool. There's some pretty good attractions there. I'm not going to name names. They don't buy advertisement space here, so they can go out and make their own ads. But that's kind of what I'm doing here. Is I'm creating the post where to put in a float and rides and stuff like that. So, and what I did here too, this is another thing I was doing in this area here, and I'll be doing it when I get to my other park. But I put in a facility for staff members, and I would put in a pathway that only the staff can use. So that only staff can come up to this area here and use this here, staff office, I think I call it, something like that. But see, if you look, there's those three little icons. One is the pathway, one's a pathway for an entrance to the ride, and then the other one on the end is the one that's a pathway just for staff members. So I'm creating a pathway here, connecting it all together and making it so that staff members can get to this here staff building. And now I'm going to finish it off, kind of, using OelGrez. I don't remember. But another thing I found too is, like, let's say you're building something and you find what you're going to be using. It's nice to make that favorite, so all you have to do is click on favorite. You don't have to go through the whole menu looking for a certain piece because you already have it under favorites. Okay, there we go. Oh, cool. Now we're going to build this here. I wanted it to look like a little, maybe a maintenance shed or something where the staff gets together and they can have their breaks in there. So that's what I built there. And I got the 2 warehouses now, and I'm leaving the tops off them so I can go down and pick up something I need, and it's not attached to anything. So that's why I come over here to build some of this stuff, so it's away from everything else, and it's not attached to anything. So I'm not moving a whole building or a whole piece of wall. But I thought this turned out pretty good. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm starting to learn the controls a little better using the PC, which takes a little bit of getting used to. It's like, okay, how do I go up and down? Oh, you gotta change the camera view. Okay. So, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it. And so I will rebuild all of this. And I bought the parade pack, so I should be able to put a parade together. But I want to get the afternoon tea. I want to get that built. See that building in the back there? That's the one I did. So now I got to create the pizza place next to that with the bathrooms at the end there. That's why I created that upstairs part, because there's 3 bathrooms there that create the bottom floor. I created it's just scenery though. There's nothing really there. It just give it the facade of looking like there's something upstairs. And what that building did, just kind of create a place for the lavatory, so it's not just oh, there we go. Now we slide that down so that the people ain't walking through that bottom part there. That's why I did that. And I thought it looked pretty cool. I like the way it looks. And like I said, I don't have anything else in the park for the staff, so this is the first staff building I have, and I think I'll put a couple more in and around the park in different areas. But I need to create. I got a couple of things I can use with it, so we're going to see how we can found a sign that looks like a teacup, and I can use that in the center of the ride, so it looks like a teacup in the center. So I can attach it that way. I'm going to try it and see what happens. Let's do a script clip. We're almost getting to the end of this one. I will be back. So everybody, here's Mr. Voiceover.
Script clip, cut, print and post. Put it in the Canon on the shelf. In the LA studio and spill that OelGrez. When you jazz. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. And we'll work on making a clip on the PC. We'll see you then.
Well, that was excellent. Okay, everything is looking good. The clip is at the right length. All the splits and cuts are in place. Transitions are in place. We need more music though. We're going to put in more music, and then we will go ahead and export this, bring this back in so I can frame it all in with the computer frame. I like that one. Looks like it's on the computer, and all the transitions aren't so it's just different things I'm trying. And there you go. I got my ship inside the warehouse, and it actually moved. I got it on that one. So we need to build warehouses. We'll work on that later. Tronic tool that allows things to look like they're kind of just floating around. So that looks like it's on the waves. I love it. And I will be working on this. This is going to be put into the other park I'm working on, just as this pizza place and bathroom facility. So I already have the clock. I got that building. It's a little bit different, but I'm going to have to go in and redo the signs I framed. So for me, Ellie Studio, thank you, OelGrez. Thank you, everybody, for watching and following. And we'll see you on the PC.